Your role for this project is creating the visual landscape for one of Quixotic's shows. As far as the look and feel of the show goes, we're looking for a wide variety of intensity that we show the audience. So some of the pieces will have lots of high energy, then some will become more intimate pieces that then can have ebb and flow throughout the show. In creating the look and feel of the show, we definitely want to make sure that we have lots of layers for visual elements and to give performers something to interact with, to also change the look throughout the show so it's not a consistent look and feel during the whole production. We also would like to consider using different layers vertically as well, so that the visual picture can have different elements at different heights throughout the production. As far as approaching the look of the scenic design, we'd definitely like to have it have a modern feel, clean lines, to approach it from a very sculptural point of view, so that it doesn't look typical. We want it to look unique and stand out visually. In thinking about what we're looking at as far as the costume point of view, we're talking about having lots of the costuming be in a black and white so that we can use the performers as canvases as well to project lighting and projection onto. The music will have lots of moments that are very intense, have lots of drumming, tribal, even sometimes have a strong electronic feel to them, but then it will also kind of dial back to more simplistic feel that will be more beautiful and intimate with the audience. One of the things that we want to definitely take into consideration in creating the visual landscape for the show is to have all these different elements be able to take a forefront at different times, so that when the musicians are playing and it's more focused on them, that they don't feel like they're really far away from the audience, or when the performers are the focal point, that they can be close to the audience. We want it to feel very intimate with the audience. 3 acts that we want you to design elements for are a duo aerial act, a dance sculpture, and a performance and visual piece, which would be the fusion of the performer on stage with visuals projected on some type of screen or on the performer. For the duo aerial act, it needs to accommodate 2 performers on some type of structure that can fly up in the air. There's 2 different ways that we approach doing aerial structures. One is that the aerial structure becomes a part of the act, and its structure and kind of accentuates lines, and the performers work within that structure. Another way of approaching this is to have more focus on the performer's lines and to make the sculpture less of a visual encumbrance. For the dance sculpture, we'd like to create some kind of modern looking sculpture that can be a part of the scenery, and that then the performers can come on and use as almost a partner, if you will, for the piece. That way it can bear weight, they can climb on it, they can do moves off of it, and it becomes this sculpture that is kind of brought to life with the performers. For the performer with the visual piece, we would like to create a piece that either a dancer, aerialist, or musician could interact with the visuals of the show, meaning that there's a fusion between the visuals and the performer, so that they become one and the same at points in the piece, or they can be separate, and so that there is the feeling that there's a cohesion between those 2 elements. In thinking about these 3 pieces, keep in mind that this is all part of one show, so they all need to be able to work together and be part of the same visual landscape. Also have the same look and feel, but have distinct properties that will separate them, so each piece can have its shining moment. When designing out these different elements of the show, we need to keep in mind that we have to fit them all on the same stage, and that dealing with those spatial elements. To find the music for these 3 acts, you can go to our website, quixoticfusion.com, and listen to them.